Welcome to Straight Outta Jersey. Today's podcast is brought to you by Ace Sunglasses. Go to acesunglasses.com.au to purchase some of the best shades around. Use promo code MRG30 and receive 30% off selected brands.
Straight Outta Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z. With the Freak of New York, Gregg Valentino. And your host, Jersey Jay-Z.
What's up, guys? We're live, and we just screwed up that little beginning there.
That's okay. You know what's funny? When I talk to Sean Ray, he always says to me, "So, how's Jersey?" I'm like, "I don't fucking live in Jersey." He thinks everybody thinks I live in Jersey. You know what I mean?
Maybe because of me. I don't know.
No, even before that, he was always
really.
Yeah, everybody. And now with this, I'm saying with this, they
really
just adds to the thing. They don't really. I live in New York.
Mm-hmm. Luciano's in the chat. He says,
Luciano, what's going on?
Luciano, he says, we got Smalls in there saying, "How, gents?
Smalls.
How you doing, Smalls?" Who else we got there? Luciano, Greg,
Luciano,
Greg.
Yeah.
CH, oh my God.
CH, what are you doing?
I literally go into bed to sleep and I get your notification at 2 a.m. in Denmark. Wow.
Oh shit! CH, you're in Denmark. God bless you, man.
Yeah, man.
When I was young, we all wanted to go there because we thought that's where like the best sex shit is. Like when we know back in the 70s. So I don't know how old you are, but back in the 70s, we always heard like, oh, the Danish sex shit and Swedish sex, erotica and all that.
Can you hear me? Skip. What's going on?
Skip Mulligan.
He goes, Jay-Z, you got to turn your mic up a little bit. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you fine.
Man, let me see if I turn it up a little bit more. There you go.
Up,
turn up a little more.
I hear you.
A girl, Dave Smith, said gay. And then Anthony D said, hey, guys, what's going on, guys?
Dave's trying to help me with my car. Thank you, Dave. I didn't see your text message till later, but you did definitely help me out with that. I got to now I can get those parts, but I got to find somebody to put it in. That's the question. Thank you, Dave.
CH says, I'm turning 35, turning 36 in 2 days.
Oh, happy birthdays. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Not bad. So, Greg, everyone was talking about, I saw the show with Dave and everything, and I was already going to post a thumbball, but Dave kind of.
That's funny because we just like barely touched on that. You
guys barely touched on it. People have been asking me about it.
Yeah.
And Sam Sulek.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I like Sam Sulek, and I think it's great that he's competing. I think, follow your dreams, Sam, but I was just simply stating I was a natural bodybuilder. And at 19 years old, it wasn't going to be me. I'm going to tell you that right now. My lines were too strong, too good. I wasn't huge. I appeared huge, like Frank Zane. When you see, if you ever watch, there's videos of Frank Zane posing next to Mike Mentzer. And all of a sudden, Frank Zane would come out there and his pop muscle and his structure made him look like he was bigger than Mike Mentzer, but he was not bigger than Mike Mentzer. I know both of them, okay? And I'm telling you, so my structure was more, when I was natural, I had, big arm, big legs, but I was very small waist. Even today, when I was out in, what do you call it there, Alabama, I was wearing pants that were 30 waist, I have small waist, little ass and shit. So it makes everything appear big. There's no way he would have beaten me. No way. I was natural even at 19. Now, I know he's 23. I don't mean that in shade. But, not for nothing, but I seen pictures of him, I think when the pandemic was, like 2020, and he still was like a swimmer's build and everything. And, dude, when you go from that and like 2-3 years later, you're fucking super jacked. That's some babanya. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. John Mancini says, hey, guys, hope all is well.
Hey, John Mancini, my boy.
Dave says Sam Sulek's fan base consists of 14, 18-year-olds.
That's the truth.
Fucked up.
Let me tell you something. Anybody knows it's Joe Zapata. Because Joe was there. Joe met Sam in person.
That's true. Yep, I was there.
Joe was there at the thing. And Joe told me it was like, Joe felt like he was like a chaperone to old kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same thing with those 2 twin kids. I saw something online.
Kids. Yeah, they were at the same place. I saw Sam. They were there.
Oh, is that where that was? I saw something online and I see these kids and they had all like young kids. So, I get it. But let me tell you something. You got to listen. Lee Priest was natural for like 9 years before he ever touched anything. You know what I mean? The guy was fucking great bodybuilder, even as a kid. And I was a great body. 16 years. I just posted a picture. If you go to my Instagram, I had the Sam Sulek mop hair. I had very curly hair, so I had like a big fro, and then I grew it down and looked like Roger Daltrey. I put blonde shit in it. But anyway, I I had the fucking hair, but that picture of me on Instagram. If you look, I was 15, 1975. I was 15, and I didn't even lift weights in a gym. There was no gym yet. It opened right after that. And when I was 16, it opened in my town, Bob Baston, where it shows me on an Nautilus machine. But I was only working out with plastic weights in my house, So,
Yep. Brian Pablo says hello. What's going on?
Brian Pablo is my boy, Brian.
Yep. Yep. Sam himself is a great, natural, humble dude. He is actually, like I said,
I know. I feel like I'm talking shit. Please, guys, I'm not talking shit about the guy, but I'm just. You guys are asking me. Yes. All right. I think the kid actually should have trained naturally a little bit more before he started that shit. But listen. God bless him. And I actually like the kid. I don't know him, but I like what I see. I like that he is fucking humble. I watched the video, because Dave sends his shit. You got to watch, So I watched it, and I was like, hey, he seems like a good kid. I'm not being shady. I'm just trying to tell you that people are asking me, well, what do you think you do? And I was like, bro, not for nothing. Don't go there, because, I was beating men when I was 19 years old.
Yep. Josh Rivera says, what's up, Joe and Greg? I'm happy to see you guys. Hope all's well.
Hey, Josh.
Hey,
so
what's going on, Josh?
Don't think that we're here bashing. I'm not bashing.
Like
God bless the kid.
When I met Sam, he was nothing but a really nice guy.
You told me that. Yep.
Nice guy. Shook
Joe told me he was a nice kid. Yes.
Nice guy, man. Really nice. Very humble. Very, and actually I can tell he wanted to do more, but the people that were around him, like he went to the bathroom. They walked into the bathroom, and he, people was like, "Hey, Sam," and he's like, "Hey, I gotta run, guys. I gotta run, but I'll come back out later." Very good guy. Wanted to help everybody. So
I think that right there is important. I think that he had a lot of pressure on him because of who he's with and all that stuff. And I think that he's probably relieved now. I think he's a kid who just wanted to get into bodybuilding, and he happened to post his stuff. And then young kids keyed on to that, and because of the look with the hair, I mean, it's like Rich Piano with the fucking broad short pants, whatever you call those shorts, the black shorts, and the whole "what's going on, babe," and all that bullshit. He created a character, and I think that helped Sam. But I do believe if I was a fly on the wall, or I was a close friend of Sam's, I guarantee he would say, "You know what? I don't want all that. I want to bodybuild. I have a passion for the sport. I want to get into the sport. I really like to bodybuild and everything." So I don't think all that shit. I think he wasn't comfortable. That's why I think he's doing his own thing now. He's made the Scott right? He can throw a fart right now on TV, on Instagram, on YouTube or whatever, Instagram, and you kids are gonna go fucking nuts over that. He farted, But I'm just saying, he did it. You know what I mean? When people are asking me, when I got on there and I said it can't be me. That's because everybody seems to fucking, say shit to me about that, because I was a teenage bodybuilder, and I know he's not a teenager. I get guys saying to me, well, he's not 19. You keep talking about you've been 19. I'm talking about I know he's not 19. I know he's like 22, 23. I get it. Relax. You know what I mean? I get it. But when I was 22, 23, I was even better than when I was 19.
Yep. Girl, Dave Smith says, I don't know how he has a following. How many times can you watch him do a set of curls?
You know who's Dave? It's the age. It's just like Justin Bieber, okay? You see Justin Bieber now, chicks ain't going, "Oh my God, Justin Bieber, baby, baby." Today, he's like fucking Sunday's News on Monday. Chicks aren't going nuts over him, and because they grow up, they're not like young anymore. You know what I mean?
Yep. John Scuderi, what's up, fellas? Here to support. What's
John
up, John?
Scuderi. John, send me a meatball wedge. Brian Pablo.
Send a $10 chat. Thank you, Brian. Just dropped by quickly, dropping my support. A lot's going on under here. Good to see you, Greg and Joe.
Okay? Everything good, Brian?
Things are normal.
When you say a lot's going on, is everything okay? Everything's good.
Girl was coming to visit Brian. He said his girl was coming to visit him, I believe.
Oh, your girlfriend's coming to visit. Okay. I'll send my girlfriend. She'll ruin you.
Scuderi said, Sam Sulek does not have the genetic structure for classic.
I don't think so. I agree with you. I don't think so either. I agree with you, John. I do think that the kid could possibly, be, listen. Somebody posted a whole thing, okay? And they posted a thing where they showed a picture of, what the hell's his name? The big guy, Walker, right? The Walker kid? Nick Walker, right? They posted, that fucking guy's a monster, right? But they posted a picture of him when he was young, and he was Sam Sulek's age, okay? And he was like skinny, like a rail, and he was like doing bodybuilding. He looked like fucking like, okay, dude, get off the stage. You know what I mean? Same thing with what's the guy that won the Olympia last year, the year before?
Lunsford, right?
What's his name?
Derek Lunsford, you talking about?
Yeah, Derek Lunsford. Same thing. He was like a lightweight, and they showed a picture of him young. So they're saying, why can't Sam do that? He can do that. Okay, but the difference is those guys didn't go from just Joe Matarazzi, average guy, average Joe Matarazzi, to 2 years later being a fucking mass monster. You know what I mean? It took time, the progression. If you just jump to things, you can reach your peak and put yourself in a position where now your organs are going to get in trouble because you put too much stress early. You can't, what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to run a mile, you can't sprint right out the gate, or you're going to fucking half mile, you're going to be like this, I'm fucking dying. You have to pace yourself. Even with bodybuilding, those guys grew gradually like that. It's the same thing with Big Ramy. Big Ramy came on 2, 3. You ever see Joe? Did you ever see pictures of Big Ramy like 2, 3 years before he came on the scene?
Yeah.
He was nothing, bro. He was fucking nothing.
Yep, I saw him on the beach. I saw him, whatever.
But they showed a picture of him in the gym fucking around with a guy, and he was just like an average dude. He looked like, just a fairly built average dude. But I don't know. 2, 3 years
Anthony D says now it's all about social media. But an advice a guy can give has 1 million followers can hurt some younger guys like the sups and eating. Yes, that's true. And Anthony D was at the Aries Nutrition with me when Sam Sulek was there. He was running there. So I saw Anthony and his son. And those guys seem to go after all the social media guys. Now they got the Trin twins there. So they go after whoever has the big followers and they put them there.
They're smart. That's the way to make Scott old. Because let me tell you something. If you put one of these other bodybuilders there, or Derek Lunsford, they're not going to have the line that Sam Sulek's going to have. And you know what it is? It's young people. It's young people today, who listened to Justin Bieber, made him superstar. Young girls, young people, right? Who listen to fucking even Taylor Swift. It's younger people that are all, it's the internet is fully young. That's why TikTok is huge. It's younger people. Now I know what you're gonna say. There's grandmas on TikTok doing like stupid shit like this, but the following is young people. Do you understand? It's young people are the ones. I'm telling you, kids relate to that. Kids relate to the younger people.
Yep. Anthony D says everyone is looking for an easy way out. No one wants to do the hard, heavy rows and eating the chicken and rice and steak. They want a shortcut. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Listen, if they had this bullshit here, this social media shit, when I was fucking 18, 19, I did it when nobody was working. I mean, that was very rare. Did you see bodybuilders when you were young? There was no gyms. I had to go. That's where I had to go to the White Plains Y for a while, and all those places that you hear because it was far away. You know what I mean? Bodybuilding was very small back then. It was rare. My shit would have been all over the place. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was, I was natural too.
Josh Rivera, I was the biggest RX After Hours fan until you guys came along. I wanted to just thank you for interacting with the fans, unlike other podcasts who don't show their fans love. Thank you, guys. No, thank you, Josh. We appreciate you guys so much. And like I said, Josh, anytime you want to come on, we'll throw that link out there and people can come on and say hello. We don't have a problem with that.
I'll just have to shut up or I'll keep you guys on here forever.
Hey, Greg, sorry to trouble you, but are you keen to try Dropbox for the video? I'm very much keen to see.
Oh, fuck, you still didn't get that video, Brian?
Greg,
I got to see if there's a way, because I don't know if I have it anymore. I got to look for a way to see if I can retrieve it. I'll have to talk to the girlfriend because I'm not too good with the computer stuff here. I'll see if I can retrieve it. Otherwise, I'll have to do another one. I don't even remember what I even said in the video, but it's a nice video. I sent it airdrop to you, so you should have that. And I sent it to the exact email that you gave me. But I'll look. Let me look. Fuck.
John said, Scuderi said, I agree. The open is a different story. Classic needs a certain bone structure, narrow, wide waist, shoulders, etc.
Right.
Yep. He's right.
Yeah, Sam has he could be a mass monster for his structure, but I don't see classic at all. You know what I mean? That's not a classic physique. That's he could get jacked. He's got a big frame.
John sees a great interview, Joe, with the WWE legend. Thank you, John. I actually have a bunch of others coming on soon, so you'll see
which one is he talking about?
I did Tito Santana was just on with me. Tito Santana legend. I got a couple other ones coming on, and I'm hopefully trying to get Bret Hart on, Bret the Hitman Hart. So we'll see if he can come out with me. But John, I know somebody that you follow is actually going to come out with me. His name is Sarah Page. She's a female bodybuilder, but she looks like China. A lot of people she's actually connected with me, and she's going to come on the podcast with me. So if you guys know who she is.
Who's this? Like, who is she? What does she do?
She's a female bodybuilder. Okay. And she just won a couple shows, but she does cosplay and she looks exactly like China, the wrestler. Remember the wrestler China, the girl?
Yeah, sure I do. Yeah.
She looks exactly.
I seen her in person. She was jacked. She was big, big bitch, tall.
Yep. John said the reason why Sam appeals to young kids is that they are different generations. They sort of admire nerdy, underdog, quiet, opposite of loud and alpha.
Well, you know what it is? It's always this way, John, because young people are the ones who really the internet. Look, guys our age, this internet shit's 20 years old. At the YouTube started in 2007. Facebook is around that time, 2006, 2005. Before that was MySpace. This shit wasn't around. All of a sudden now they made it so people make shkarol on here. You know what I mean? And now that's but it wasn't around. So, and it's the people that are really into it is young kids, I have friends that have my friend has a problem with his kid. He won't get off the fucking cell phone. The kid's a genius and he's like failing school because he can't get off the fucking cell phone. You know what I mean? It's bad. But it's young kids today. It's geared towards young kids.
Yep. Girl, Dave Smith said an excellent point. These kids wear pajamas and Crocs to the gym. So bear in mind I hate when oh my God, I see that all the time. It's ridiculous.
Dude, how can anybody? I'm sorry if any of you guys fit this description, but I don't. Even I see UFC guys wearing Crocs and fucking man bun. I don't know how you
work out in that stuff.
But dude, even a man bun. I mean, if you got long hair and you're in a fucking fight in the street, I'm gonna pull that shit. Hold your head down and fucking kick your face in because I've done that. Dude, I don't understand any of that shit. The man bun shit, the whole fucking Croc stuff or any of that. The Adidas slippers with the socks.
Yep.
Maybe I'm an old man now. I don't know.
Yep. Anthony D says, Greg, remember when we waited for Flex and Muscle Mag magazine each month where we got our information from? Yes, those were back in the day.
Anthony, I remember that very well.
We would know where our supplements, what to take.
I used to have to go to this place, Rexall Drugs, and I used to go in there and that shit fucking, I used to know every Wednesday or every first Wednesday of the month or someday we get that. I'd buy 2 of each issue, one to fucking read and one I put away. Nobody touches. Don't touch my fucking magazine. You know what I mean? That's why my magazines are all pristine, because I was sick with that shit.
Yep. Let's see. Dave Smith says, Greg, airdrop only works within close proximity. I didn't know that.
Oh, so maybe Brian Pablo did not get it because he's far away because he's in Australia. So you're saying
maybe I guess not.
Oh, okay.
Girl Dave Smith said, I watched the China video on Pornhub.
Oh shit.
Yeah. John Mancini knows her. Can't wait till she comes. Yep. Luciano said, Brett. What does he say? I can't see that right there. Hold on. Luciano said, Bret Hart. That would be awesome. Yes, Bret Hart. I'm going to go see him. Bret Hart on the March 15th. That will be with Bret the Hitman Hart.
They said that his father was crazy.
Yeah, his father was.
They used to say the friends would come there and he'd hear him screaming from downstairs, because the father would be putting them all in.
He hates Bill Goldberg. Bret Hart.
I don't know how I feel about Bill Goldberg either. I don't know if I like him.
Let's see. Brian, he has a Motorola Razr up for until a few months ago. His phone. Or that your phone, Greg.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I did it off the computer though. I can do, I have this shit is a Mac. So I can fucking, I can do like, when I email, like if I email Joe or a text message him, it's all in caps because I fucking type it on a computer with one finger. Well, I shouldn't say like this. It's like this, That's why every once in a while the word's spelt wrong or fucking missing a letter or an extra letter thrown in because my fat finger touched it.
Luciano said they're wearing slippers and pajamas to school now. Yes, that's true.
I know
that's true.
I don't know. Now I feel like my father. Because, like you kids listening to that goddamn music, what is that shit? Rock and roll, rock. You know what I mean? Oh,
maybe I'll post a picture up here. In high school, I won best dressed. I used to wear suits to high school.
No.
I swear to God.
No, did you really?
I swear to God, because what happened was I used to play football and baseball, and every Friday we used to have to dress up when we went away. The coach made us do this. He made us wear like a tie when we went to away teams to come off the bus. And I guess it's like a way to do that. And so to make us look good. I don't know. That's what our coach did. And because he used to make us do that, everyone hated it, but I enjoyed it. And so I started wearing suits and I won best dressed and people, I'll show you the pictures. You won't even believe it. I'm going to post a picture up here so you guys won't even believe it.
That's funny. When I was young, not to say, if there's any older guys here that are in the mid 60s or older, they'll tell you when I was young, you couldn't wear sneakers to school or blue jeans. Regular school, like I didn't go to no Catholic school. Regular school, you had to wear you could not wear sneakers or blue jeans, and you had to wear a little collared shirt. You could not, like an Izod shirt or something. You could not wear a t-shirt. You could not wear blue jeans. I got in trouble once for wearing blue jeans, and my mom freaked out on me. You had to wear shoes, regular shoes. You used to have to bring your sneakers on gym day. Remember? I forgot my sneakers. It's gym day.
Yep.
Now kids go to school with fucking basketball shorts on, flip flops, like a little fucking backpack, tank top. I'm like, what the fuck?
Did you have that blue sweater back then, or no? Still?
I had one like it.
Yeah, unlike it.
Miss Bell, like it.
Miss Bell says, "I'm late. What's going on, guys?"
Miss Bell, what's going on?
How you doing, Miss Bell?
How
We're
you
talking
doing?
about Sam Sulek and against Greg.
Yeah.
But
But
said Stu Hart, Brett's dad, was notorious for structuring people in the judging. That's correct.
Yeah, they used to say downstairs he would beat the fuck out of people. You know what I mean? It's like the Gracie brothers too. Their father was like psycho. Yep. The old man was better than the kids.
Yep. Skip Milligan said, "Sorry about that, lads. My phone died. I'm back now. What's going on, Skip?"
Hey, Skip, what's going on?
Girl Dave
Skip,
Smith,
is Skip from England or Ireland?
I forget where he's from. Girl Dave Smith said, kids don't get bullied enough these days, apparently.
Kids
They don't.
No, they're getting bullied like crazy. They're getting bullied more than I think normal. You know what I mean? Because of social media, people bully people. Dude, or go to Twitter, and all you see is fights on there. That's all you fucking see. And 30 black kids fucking kicking the shit at some white kid or another black kid, and they're savages. They're 13 years old, and there's 20 of them kicking a kid in the head, stomping on him and shit like that. They're all the world's fucked up. They're all cowards too until you get one alone and they shit their pants.
Luciano said, "Yep, we wore out our jeans to school on game day. It gave us something to wear during the fall. That it during the fall."
Yep, I could not wear. When I got in high school, it was different. It already stopped. But when I was younger, remember, I was in school in 1965 was 64, 65 was my first year in school. Where were you in 1964, 65?
I was born. Anthony D said, "Jeans were actually made for workers and farmers."
Yes. And we could not wear blue. I could not wear jeans. I would have got my ass kicked.
Do you know that I think it was Tracy Morgan had told me. I think it was Tracy Morgan said that jeans, that when you wear jeans, like how the black people like to wear the jeans low over their butt, like hanging low.
Yeah.
And maybe Anthony Dean might know. He might know because he knows people. He works for the corrections. That means in prison that you want it in the in the can. Did you know that?
I don't know, because there's a lot of people wearing that shit like that. I don't know if they all want it in a can, but you never know.
Exactly. Skip is Canada.
Canada, Skip. Sorry, Skip.
That's right.
Sorry.
Bret Hart is from there. Bret Hart is from Canada.
Yeah, he's Canadian, right?
He's Canadian. Yeah. JT said there are a certain group of people who own the media and are using another group of people to set the culture these days, which is why American culture is so corrosive today. That's probably true.
Yeah. Well, it's swinging the other way. Thank God, Elon Musk.
Josh Rivera says, "Greg, what would Steve Blackman think about Sam Sulek?"
He would probably like him. Steve, I can't say a bad word about Blackman. I know those guys, Dave and John, but they have a reason because they, there's bad blood there. There's no bad blood with me and Steve, Me and Steve are still friends. I still talk to him and shit. I, text here and there, but I love Steve Blackman. He would like Sam Sulek. Steve Blackman's an easygoing guy. He's a fan of everybody. He's really good like that. I tell Dave and John, you'll never hear me. Oh, when they do that shit, I don't get involved in that. I tell them all the time, I'm not doing that. Dave's like, he keeps saying I sued Black. I never sued Blackman. I gets that story wrong, and I tell him that right on, on a channel there. I tell him all the time, you're wrong. Wait, what do you say that? I did not sue him. Oh my God.
TC, every wrestling meet for weigh-ins, I would rock pajamas because I was cutting weight all day. Jeans was way too uncomfortable for that. Also, I would be working out during school. Wow.
Where's TC? It depends on your age. Even if that was 15, 20 years ago, that's doable. But today, it just never, ever, it would, when I was younger, rather, it never, ever would have fucking flown. People would have freaked out.
John Scuderi said, "Greg, if I think about Russian Sustana, I can still smell that distinct smell of oil they used to in the amulets." Yes.
I love it, John. I love every second of it.
You have to pop them off.
I would break them fucking tops off. What I would do is I used to, you know, some sustenance used to come with that little mini saw, you know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, but I never got that. You know, I used to get them sometimes, it depends. But I used to take the Russian sustenance and I would put a little rag on the top and bite that, just bite the tip, and that would break only the top. And I'd pull the rag, which would, you know, the broken glass would be in a rag, and I'd throw it like this. And then I'd fucking shoot that shit. My partner Paul was so obsessed with that shit. By the way, if any of you guys ever read my book, he's in the book we call him Frank, but his real name is Paul. Sometimes when I tell stories like on Generation Iron, I'd slip and I'd say, you know, I'd be like, yeah, Frank and I went down there, and then Paul picked up the thing, and I'm like, you know, I said, because I'm thinking, I see the story in my head, but I say his name. Anyway, he would actually suck on a needle. Like he would fucking draw it out and suck the needle like this after he shot it. And I said, what are you doing, bro? And he'd be like, I just can't let that little drop go to waste that's still stuck in the needle. Talk about crazy. But I loved Russian sustenance. I would fucking smack 3 of them in one syringe, and then smack another 3 in another syringe, because you can't ignore one side. You can't shoot one side and not shoot the other, right?
That's true. That's
I got to
true.
show love to both sides.
Let's see. Small said Scuderi, refer it be stunk nasty.
Oh, who just said that?
Smalls.
Oh my God. That's what gave me the infection in my one fucking right arm, with a hole goes in. Goes in.
Yeah, wow.
Reforbid B fucking stunk because it was the B vitamin. First of all, it looked like antifreeze. When you pull it out, it was like this fluorescent fucking green. You know, I used to sell it, so believe me, I know it very well. Every time I would shoot that shit, because it was a kind of water base, and it would be like, oh my, if you burp like this, you'd be like, oh my, it's almost like you ever burp up vitamins, like you take a vitamin and you burp and you're like, oh, nasty fucking burp air, you know. And that's what it was the B vitamins. I liked it because it's injectable D balls, really what it was. But that fucking B vitamin shit in there, I don't know. I stuck that shit in my fucking one arm, and that's where I got the infection. Not the balloon arm. That was a hematoma. But the other arm, the one that it goes in. It was there.
Yep. Miss Bell said, forget the rest of After Hours. I only watch because of Greg.
Oh, thank you, Miss Bell. I appreciate that. Thank you.
John Scuderi said, Greg, I bet your parents call blue jeans dungarees. That's all.
John, we never called them blue jeans. John, listen to me.
On the bureau.
John's older, so he knows. John, we never called them blue jeans. We called them dungarees. You know what I mean? Just like I never called pasta. I called them macaroni. We used to call it macaroni. You know what I mean? So, you know, and I call spaghetti sauce gravy. But, you know, not all Italians do that. Some do, some don't. A lot of New York Italians do it. But, you know, we called it dungarees. Never did I call it.
My grandma used to call the fridge the Frigidaire, and then called the dress the bureau.
The bureau. Yeah, my grandmother too. My grandmother was like Jimmy the Bull. If you ever talk to Jimmy the Bull, put a little Earl, a little vinegar and Earl. My grandmother be like, we need Earl, or I got to burl an egg, or clean the turlet. You know what I mean? Use the aluminum foil, a metal bottle. You know. That's like a Bronx Brooklyn bullshit. That's it. You know what I mean?
Girl Dave Smith said, no, pajamas should be normalized in Walmart. Never mind the effing ship. That's true.
When I was young, you would have got killed wearing them.
Scary said, yeah, Smalls and vitamins in it. Old school.
There were B vitamins. It was fucking fluorescent. So it looked just like Prestone, like antifreeze. Looked exactly like that shit.
That's right. Jim Farkas said the Cestanon killed your gallbladder.
No, that gallbladder died way after that. I haven't taken Sustanon in 20-something years, man. I miss it.
John Mancini said, doesn't sound like fun. Then Small said, in the brown bottle with chicken and cows on the bottom.
I don't remember if that chicken and cows. Ganaball also had that. Had the cow or whatever.
Horse, like a red horse on it, or some red
horse
something.
Or cow, green with red. I used to sell it. And that was one of my favorite drugs. I used to take the whole jug. In a week. 1 week is 50 cc's. So 1 week, the whole 50 cc's would be gone. Every minute of it. Anyway.
Anthony D said the reason they wore sagging jeans in jail is because they took away the belts because people used to hang themselves. Oh, wow.
Yep, they would hang themselves. They do even with the shoelaces, right, Anthony D? That's why they have the skips on there. You know what I mean?
The Crocs.
They might have Crocs now. I don't know. When I was, you'd forget about it. But they didn't want you because guys would hang themselves with the shoelaces or the belts.
JT said people got to look beyond the Facade Musk and Trump show. They're all planning a role. Everything we are shown is a distraction. They're paving a way to take down AI, control the grid, not our benefit. Well, we'll see.
JT, all I know is there's so much fucking fraud in there that there, remember something. When you shine a light, right, you expose everything. It exposes. So let me give you a little example. You turn on a light and the cockroaches and the rats go running, right? If you have a house with cockroaches and rats, I don't, but I've been to many fucking Puerto Rican chicks' houses, and you go in there, as soon as you turn the light on, the fucking cockroaches and scatter. So the reason why everybody right now is freaking out is because they're on that's their fucking piggy bank, that shit. And what's so bad about exposing shit? If you got nothing to hide, whatever, just like if a tax guy came to your house and wants to look at your fucking, look your receipts and everything, if you got nothing to hide, here they are.
That's it.
It's the people protesting that have something to hide, not the fucking momos from the streets. I'm talking about, Jamie Raskin. Go look at how these, people sit here and Joe, they talk about what's his name, Bernie Sanders. Oh, the poor people today, and all. He's got 4 houses that are worth millions of dollars. How do you get that? How did he get that? His fucking salary is like $180,000 a year. How does he have 4 houses that are worth millions?
You're right.
When they called him out on that, who called him out? Somebody recently called him out. I don't know, it was Cash Patel or somebody. One of them guys called him out on that recently. When no, it wasn't Cash Patel. It was somebody else that Trump just got appointed, and he shit his pants. No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yep. Brian Pablo said,
gallbladder pie.
Miss Bell said they're all drama queens. I don't know how Greg deals with them.
Who's that?
Talking about after hours, he's saying.
Oh, yeah. No, they're my boys. I just let it, it is what it is. Oh, shit, George.
He said he wore bell bottoms and PF flyers.
I wore PF flyers, too. Those were my grandmother used to wear PF flyers. Those are sneakers from when we were kids. George, remember Buster Brown and Keds? Keds.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Buster Brown. Yep. Remember that shit? And corduroy pants, George. Corduroys. Remember the corduroy pants? Yep. Or hush puppy shoes.
Oh, wow.
Hush puppy shoes. Remember that shit? Penny loafers. Fuck all that shit.
Yep.
How to wear all that shit.
My brother, he says the living room. My grandmother used to call living room the parlor. You ever get that?
Yeah, the parlor. Yeah.
The parlor. Yeah.
My grandmother was just like Jimmy the Bull.
JT said that's John Scuderia, not lying there. Dungarees is right. Yep. Everyone used to call it dungarees.
Nobody called it. I never called it blue jeans. That's all recent. Just like any pasta. If you would have said to me in the 1960s or 70s, even maybe the early 80s, if you would have said pasta, I probably wouldn't have known what the fuck you were talking about. My family, we always called it macaroni. I never heard of pasta before.
Luciano says a good point. As a child, I thought supper was a type of spice.
That's another thing. Supper. We never called it dinner. Supper time. My mother would always say supper time.
Yeah.
Nobody ever called it dinner. You know what I mean? It was supper.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit, you guys are really digging out the old stuff now. Now you're really giving me the ammo.
Jimmy was funny as F and was replaced by Amin and Zito's just like Zito. Okay.
Amin's all right. He's a good man. No, he wasn't replaced. Jimmy at that time, Jimmy's driving. Jimmy's on the road.
He's on the road all the time. It's very hard. He has a camera in his truck. He has a camera in his truck, so he can't really be doing stuff, He's watching. Yeah, Jimmy Bull. John Scasseri said, when I was 12, I ordered the Bulgarian Power Burst System workout manual, and me and my boys strayed 3 times a day. Fucking Jim yelled at us, what the fuck you guys doing?
You know why? Because the Bulgarian, I remember they used to put that in the magazines all the time. I don't even know what it was. I don't know what the secret was. I don't know if it was like Tribestin or some shit like that. I don't remember what the hell it was.
Anthony D said, yes, Skippies, the Gilligan slip-on blue shoes.
Yeah, Skips. Yep, the Gilligan shoes, right. Gilligan's, yep, they used to, that's what they wear in jail, right, Anthony? That's what they wear, because they don't want you to fucking, I had to wear them in jail. They don't want you to fucking tie the rope around your neck, take shoelaces and go hang yourself. But if you really want to kill yourself, believe me, you'll do it. Nobody can stop you from doing that unless they have you tied up in a room.
Greg, by the way, I was talking Tulsi Gabbard. I don't know if she was talking about New Jersey. You know how we charge for the beach? Like you have to pay to get on the beach.
Yeah, that's
she says that should not be. That should be free.
That is should be free. That's ridiculous. You got to charge. They hammer you with everything. Jersey's really bad. You still got tolls everywhere. The fucking tolls in Jersey. They got rid of some of them, but man, it was tolls everywhere. Go on this side road, toll. Get out of this mall, toll. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy.
Yep. So the beach, I think in New Jersey now, I think it's $20 to get on the beach, and if you're under a certain age, it's if you're under like 6 years old, it's like free, but a child is like $10 and an adult is $20. It should be free though. Think about it.
It could be free. I mean, I don't remember when I was a kid. I don't remember paying. I mean, my parents would have paid, but I don't remember them paying to go to the beach. We used to go to Asbury Park, and all that shit.
Kingsburg.
Kingsburg. No, not Ortley Beach, but we used to go to Asbury Park, and what's the other one? Right next to Ortley
Seaside?
Beach. No, not
Seaside
Seaside.
Wildwood.
Not Wildwood. Oh, come on. It's very famous. What the fuck is it? Got
Point Pleasant?
Point Pleasant.
Yeah, Point Pleasant.
Right next to it's right next to Ortley Beach.
Yep. But now they have to pay, and I wish
they
wouldn't, but hey.
Even here, Rye Beach, all that you gotta pay.
John Mancini said plastic fruit and plastic on furniture. Yes, that was
that's a Guinea thing. All old school Guineas had that shit.
Plastic on that and everything. I remember that. Yep. Winward said, "Hey Joe and Greg."
Winward.
Hey, do you remember the old school Big Ton Converse and British Knights high top basketball shoes? Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I do. I don't like high top shoes though. For me, I didn't really like them.
Yep.
But I do, of course, remember the old top, the Converse, of course, the high top Converse. Yeah, man.
Yep. Remember they had
kids in basketball always used to wear those. Basketball players always had high tops, even not Converse. When I was a kid, Converse was the thing.
Oh yeah. They also had remember the pump up Reebok shoes, the pump up. You pumped them up.
But that was so much later for me. I was out of high school.
Of school, yeah, that's right. You were in California.
78 was the year I was really, was my real graduating class. I graduated a year later because I didn't do shit, but I was fucked up. I was a fuck up. But but I was out of high school in the 70s. I was in high school in 1974. So
wow. Yep. Girl Dave Smith said, Joe, get this guy moving and see your brother back in Berwick. Yeah, I gotta go see George. I gotta go see my brother. When we go up there, we'll you come meet us up there, go to the bagel store, get some bagels and coffee. George said the bagels are on him when you meet you guys. George is saying.
Oh yeah.
Bagels are on good. Windward attack said, Luciano, man, you're reading my mind. I didn't see your comments before. Talking about all the old school stuff.
Yeah, man.
TC said, I'm from Lyndhurst. Taxes are like $40,000 a year for my house. Wow, TC, you're close.
40 fucking thousand a year. Right now? 40 fucking thousand a year?
Yeah. Well, if you're in Lyndhurst, the Lyndhurst Bakery TC has the best Italian ice. I always go there with the Italian ice right by the train station. Lyndhurst Bakery, pastry shop, has the best Italian ice.
Why is Lyndhurst? I didn't know that they were there. I thought where Bob Bonham was from. I forgot. No, well, that's where he lived at the end. But when he went to school at over there by what the fuck's the name of it? It's I thought it was very expensive. It's like the high end in Jersey, North Jersey, right near Greg. I can't fucking believe I'm getting like Alzheimer's. What the fuck, bro? Nutley. Isn't Nutley like a Chicago?
Yeah. George says, we got, but you gotta get. Make you sure tell managers, 2 girls, they're your friends, they're screen my visits. Oh, okay. George, when we go to bagel store, we see George has his workers up front, and you have to tell them because he screens all the visitors because all the people should come to the bagel store to see George. So they come and he screens.
And then he wants free bagels. Bring your wallet. Bring your fucking wallet. I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, George, I'm just kidding.
A girl, Dave Smith, almost 60 to go up and down. Go up and down.
Where? You mean up to, what does it mean?
TC, United States. Well, I think Lyndhurst is in New Jersey, if the TC's right. And that's where he's from, Lyndhurst, New Jersey.
Yeah, Lyndhurst, New Jersey.
Yeah. Yes, TC, Bergen County taxes. You could buy another house in Florida for the taxes you pay there. That's right.
That's insane. Right. Yep. I never heard of 40,000. That's like fucking Beverly Hills isn't even 40,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot.
New Jersey has the most expensive taxes on. It's crazy. It's insane.
Isn't Nutley supposed to? I thought where Bonham was supposed to be the big one.
Yeah, very expensive. Yeah, it's very expensive.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's insane.
I pay a lot, but I thought fucking I mean, I pay over 15,000 a year, which is a lot. Most people, like Dave Palumbo, has a fucking giant house down there with, 3-car garage on 3 acres, and he told me he pays like $4,000 or $5,000 a year. That's what he says. You got to move down there.
Mm-hmm. That's
Greg?
right. Jonathan Greg. Was Aaron Baker overlooked because he was gay?
I don't know. He was gay though. He's very sweet. I got a fucking email thing here. Yeah, he was very sweet. I mean, I used to see him in the gym all the time. He's a very nice guy, and he was definitely overlooked. That fucking guy had some build on him. That's a good question, John. That's an actually very good question. Because he did have he was jacked. I used to see him all the time in California. He was jacked. Later on, I used to see him because I went back there in the later 80s, and that's when I used to see him. Not in 81, 82. It wasn't there.
Yep. TCTC. Haha. My grandpa used to take me there. The best. Yes. The Italian Ice right there in Lyndhurst. The Lyndhurst Bakery. Very good. That's where they filmed some of the Sopranos stuff right there on that street right there.
My parents were into that shit.
Winter Attack. Joe, I remember buying those pump shoes back in the day and didn't help when white boy vertical jumping skills. No, they didn't. They'd be pumping them up all day. It wouldn't work.
It's funny. I'm a guinea who's not into the pastries and shit. Like I go to Italian pastries, cannolis. I'm not really into all that sweet shit like that. Doesn't do it for me. My girlfriend.
Nutley's very expensive. Bob is from there.
Yeah, Bob's from Nutley. Bob grew up. That's where he grew up.
Yep, exactly. Nutley's outrageous. It is.
Yeah, I know that Nutley was big money.
Bergen County is the highest per capita. Wow.
That's crazy.
That's really
I'd
crazy.
get the fuck out of it. $40,000 a year.
So George has what? 25. George pays $2,500 a year for taxes with an acreage of property.
That's fucking great. $2,500 a year.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm telling you, I pay over. It's over 15,000 for me.
Yeah. What does he say? John Scuderi said Ron DeSantis is trying to eliminate homeowner tax in Florida.
Really? How is that possible? You mean to tell me you can live in a house and not pay any fucking homeowner taxes? Well, what keeps up the community and stuff? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that would work.
I pay $5,000 for 900 square feet, no land. Wow.
Oh, Miss Bell, that's not good.
That's not good at all, man.
I mean, for a year, but I mean, 900 square feet, small and no land. I have an acre of property, and I get a normal size house, pretty good size house, and and I mean, you
got a ton of statues in the front, but
dude, my what do you call it, the barn in the back, not the barn, the shed got on fire last night. Fire company. Dude, I'm fucking sitting here. I'm on the phone, right? And I'm over at the water, or my sink.
Yeah.
My house. I'm in the sink. I'm at the fucking kitchen. I look, I'm just talking on the phone. I'm getting something because I'm gonna make a little food. And I look out the window because it's fucking jet black out there. It's late at night. All of a sudden, I see this fucking bright light, and I'm looking. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I see the whole fucking side of my my fucking shed is on fire. The same one that Jimmy the Bull and Lee and you right. Yeah. That shed was on fire. And I got all those like fucking graveyard shit there. And all
everything
fucking,
over there.
Yeah, but they're all made of plastic. I had my girlfriend had like Christmas lights up out there and shit, and they caught on fire. There must have been a short in a wire. Caught on fire. Got the fucking shed on fire. I'm out there, fucking just a little tiny shirt on it. It's fucking freezing. And my girlfriend runs over with a fucking takes the garbage pail, rolls it out to the back of us. We turn water on. We're throwing fucking water on fire. The fire department comes. It was fucked up. I saved it from burning down, but it was fucked up, man. It was on fire. So if I didn't see that shit, what's that?
Was your mother-in-law trying to start a fire or something? Or
dude, she farted and she said, "Let me see. Let me put a little. Watch this Bic with the." Like I was laughing with the Bic lighter. Watch this, and it went. And that.
That's funny. I don't know. That's crazy.
No, she ate that sriracha or whatever what's that shit she eats? Some shit where the breath is like fucking the breath of death. What is that shit she eats? That green beans. What?
Beans?
No, not the beans. What?
The
shit
Zapata?
She eats that green shit. You guys, what do you call that shit again?
Hot sauce.
Cilantro.
Picante, right? Isn't that what you call it? Picante?
Yeah, but that's just the dressing.
I don't know, whatever it is fucking Spanish, Mexican bullshit. They eat that and everybody around the fucking table. So I don't eat it. I don't eat anything spicy, anything hot. My girlfriend over here drinks fucking like hot sauce and takes the fucking, the hot peppers and shit. And, And she could eat a ghost pepper, this bitch. And her and her fucking the father come maybe dripping sweat like this, drips coming off his nose. The mother, they're eating at you, and the breath becomes like the house becomes like fucking pungent. I'm afraid to fucking like light a fire. Yeah, look, this is my girlfriend's got these fucking. What is this shit, Joe? Yeah, she makes her own organic hot sauce. Look at those fucking peppers and shit.
Oh my god!
Look at those. Those are hot peppers. You see that shit? Here's the other one. I don't know, Joe. You don't eat this shit, do you?
No, I don't eat that shit. No.
Look at that's empty. But she has all that shit.
My pants.
That bitch fucking eats that shit. She makes this. Yeah, I know nobody can have. They sit there and they cry. I'm like, why would you eat something that's like fucking battery acid like that? What's good about that? That's got to kill your fucking insides, her mom will be like this, throw a fucking fart, and even the statues outside the house start moving. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck?
So when the fire department came to your house, were they must have been like, holy fuck?
They were like looking around like this.
Yeah, looking around like, what the fuck? Like, this fucking place?
Because she's got like a ton of golf clubs, golf bats, because she's selling that shit, right? And then like the one guy goes to me, "Do you play a lot of golf?" I said, "No, I don't play no golf." She sells that shit, And they're like, "Holy fuck!" And they were kind of laughing because I said, "How did you know what house to come?" Ironically, the fire chief was right across the street from me.
Okay,
so he comes running over and shit, And I said, "How did you know which house to come to?" And they said, "We knew because they said get the house with the statues." You know what I mean? I said, "Look like a fucking graveyard out there, right?" Now I got all these like
you got that the Halloween shit with the
right. All on the side of the shed. The side of the shed. I got all the fucking skulls and bones and fucking shit. Well, that shit's all made of like fucking plastic and shit, and that shit's all melting. It's on fire, and I couldn't put it out, Joe. I couldn't put it out.
Jesus,
I was over there with a snow shovel and it's fucking ice and I'm trying to get snow. I couldn't even get the snow. So she comes running over to a big giant garbage pail. She puts it under with a faucet with the water. And I'm fucking running over there, throwing it on there. Finally got it out. It was terrible though, Joe. Oh, fucking flames were high all the way to the roof, of the shed.
Jesus Christ.
That was yesterday, last day. Joe, we were going to go watch a movie, her and I, right? But I was on the phone with somebody. So thank God I was on the phone because otherwise we would have been sitting there and all of a sudden we would have heard fire fucking department. That shed would have been burnt to the ground. You know what I mean?
Jesus, you're lucky. You're real lucky.
Yeah. If I didn't go to that fucking sink, forget about it.
Yeah. Miss Bell said she wore corduroy. Remember corduroy?
Yeah. Corduroy. I was talking about that before. Corduroys. I hated that. Oof.
Yep. Exactly.
Corduroys, hush puppies, Keds, Buster Brown.
Buster Brown. Windward attack. I can buy an acre of land where I live for $5,000 in the boondocks of nowhere. And I'm thinking of buying that and shipping container and turn it into a house for under $20,000. Wow.
Yeah, well, see, it all depends on where you live. Now, no offense, Winmore, but I'm the kind of guy, I got to have a little bit of city environment around me, because I grew up in this city. I'm from the Bronx and shit. So I got to have that. I could never live in the fucking boondocks and, what are you having for dinner today? I shot 2 squirrels, man. We're going to be eating good. Like, I can't do that. I'll be a vegan if that's the case. Like I can't do that shit. You know what I mean? I like the wilderness. I could get into the wilderness shit. But
do you go camping? Do you go camping at all?
No,
you camping? You don't know.
I did when I was a kid. A few times, when sleeping in a tent and shit. I can't do that now. I'm nuts. I'm fucking nuts. I have trouble sleeping now. Ask my girlfriend. You know what I mean?
I know.
And then I fucking go in there. I can't be no kid. Plus, with my luck, it'd be grizzly bear, even where they don't live. But yeah, I know, Lucy. Yeah. Shh.
Guru Dave Smith. Actually, it's the illegals he has working for him that lit up the.
I was like, Lucia, did you pay them? No, I'm just kidding. But the illegals are my in-laws. But so they're the illegals. But
all those peppers.
Yeah, those fucking peppers, bro. They're bad. But I mean, so I can't get into camp. But if I went to the wilderness, I could go for the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, look at this beautiful stream. Look at the woods. Oh, that's nice. If there's any animals in there, I'm out of there. But I ain't staying as soon as not when it gets dark. Like, I can't go to one of those places and let's go camping and we'll sleep in a tent. Fuck that. I'm like Bear Grylls. I'd rather go to a hotel. That motherfucker used to make believe like, oh, look, a slug. We eat this for the protein. He'd do that shit, but that nigga was going to the fucking, he'd be sleeping at home and shit. Like in a. They found that he was sleeping in a hotel, whereas I'm friends with Les Stroud, and I did a whole interview with Les, and he used to tell me, bro, I got fucking. He has like in the roof of his mouth. He has. He told me he has
Parasite or something?
Yes, parasites in the roof of his mouth from eating shit out there. And he almost died a few times, you know? Like, I used to ask him, come on, tell me the truth about Bigfoot. You know what I mean? Because you really believe in Bigfoot? Because he's into all that Bigfoot shit. And he said,
I see it in your backyard.
well, that's the Yeti. She's a Bigfoot. She's 4'11", but she's got a big foot like that. Anyway, and she's hairy. But the thing is, no, he used to tell me, no, he said that. He goes, I'm going to just tell you, I've been in the worst, the deepest forest. There's nobody around. He goes, there's no human fucking, no cabins. Nobody lives there because you get dropped off. He said, sometimes I'd be up at night and I hear noises and I hear something sounds big. And he goes, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a rock would come like this and fly and hit off the tree right next to him. Or, he'd have to move like this and a rock would come fly. And he said, big ass rock. And he goes, now I don't know where it's coming from, but all I know is that has happened to me. So he said, I'd never seen the Bigfoot, but he goes, I don't know who's trying to say, I don't believe in Bigfoot, but regardless, that's what Les Stroud told me.
Todd Morrissey said, Greg's legendary in his town. No one was surprised.
Oh, dude, you have no idea, Todd. You couldn't be more. That's so truthful. You have no idea. They all know me. And if they don't know me, all they know is my house.
That's true.
If I tell you I got 1,000 statues, that's not a lie. It's fucking insane. You're everywhere. And I love every minute of it.
Bradford says, good evening, gentlemen. What's up, Bradford? How you doing,
hey,
buddy?
Bradford, how you doing, brother?
Yes. I mean, the first time I went to your house, Greg, I was like, holy shit. I remember I was scared to ring your doorbell because I was waiting for someone to fucking kill me.
I know, right? And Lee's like, when I said, Lee, you see all them statues? Of course I fucking see him,
Yep. TC said, Greg, I probably saw you at Shapley like 3 times, but I was like 15 or 16. But Bob's dog Molly was a Rottweiler. I remember.
Oh, okay. You heard me say it was a mastiff. He probably heard what I said on. Yeah, I'm bad with that dog shit. You know what I mean? I knew it was one of those kind of dogs. It was big, and that fucking thing used to bite your feet. TC, that fucker would bite your feet. I would go there with Melly Mel and Lance Calfey, and that fucking thing. It didn't bother my girlfriend, so but she wears like girl shit, boots and shit. But it would look at us. And then it would look down, and it always looked at your feet. And then it would sit there and look at your feet, and it'd sit there and look at your feet. And next thing you know, I'd be like, "Hit the fuck out of here!" I still Bob, get this fucking dog.
Jesus Christ. John Scuderi said, "That's Orelli brand dried peppers. My girl has a cabinet full of them."
Well, wow. John, they're bad, bro. John, first of all, I am a bleached guinea. Okay, I don't eat onions, and I don't like tomatoes raw, like tomatoes, right? And I don't eat fucking garlic. Ugh. No garlic, no onions, and no tomatoes.
Wow.
I don't like tomatoes. I know that's sacrilegious, John, when it comes to being a guinea, but my father used to eat tomatoes all day. He'd sit and eat them fucking things like they were apples. I can't do it. I just can't. I don't like them. My sister, she'd eat them. I can't do it.
Miss Bell said, Greg loses all gain as he converts to vegan.
You know what? Miss Bell, if I had to be out in the wilderness, I'd be a vegan. I can't, I love steak, but I can't. To me, it's a steak. If I start thinking that's a hunk of dead animal that was like couple months ago was walking around, I couldn't do it, especially if I saw it. Like I could never go out like to some fucking farm where they they slaughter the animal, then they have a restaurant at night and there you go. There's this beautiful, juicy steak. That's Bessie that was walking around before. Remember, she almost shit on the fucking park over there. That I'd be like, no fucking way. I'm not eating that. I can't eat something I saw. Same thing with a chicken. If you think a chicken ovulates, right? It's a fucking ovary, really. She shoots that fucking egg out, right, out of her fucking vagine, and then you're going to fucking take that little fucking ovary and you're going to crack that open and eat it. If I start thinking about that, I won't eat. I'll never eat an egg or milk. If your own mother said to you, are you thirsty? You want a glass of milk? Here. Start squeezing her tit. Here you go. You but get that fucking shit. But some guy fucking squeezes a cow's tit, puts it in a can, a bottle, a plastic container, and you'll fucking eat. You'll drink it because you're used to it. Your brain is. But if I saw it, I can't do it. I'd never drink. I'd be a fucking vegan. I definitely would.
Yep. Guru Dave Smith said, Brokeback Mountain. I can't quit you.
No.
John Mancini said, "How's your mother-in-law come camping? She will scare the bears away. Have your mother-in-law come."
Oh my
camping.
God! All she had to do was fart, and the fucking bears would run away or yawn. She eat that toxic fucking Avenger food, whatever that shit is that they eat. You know, because the Mexicans, you know, they're from Mexico, so they're they're not like Americans. Like, I'll go to Taco Bell. They like Taco Bell. That's like an Italian. That's like telling John
Olive
Scuderi,
Garden.
like, John, listen, you and I, let's go fucking get one of those Celentano pizzas or fucking, you know, whatever those things, you know, Caesar pizza fucking from the grocery store, the frozen one. You cook a frozen pizza. That no self-respecting Italian's gonna do that. You know what I mean? You know, or a Jew eating fucking Jews love Chinese food, but they want real Chinese food. They're not gonna go to the mall and get Chung King, you know, or open that shit up from a can. It's not gonna happen. So they like real fucking. I go over that house, man, and they have like fucking. They eat like the fucking mother will eat crickets and shit. You know, not crickets. What do you call them? Chapalinos or what? Yeah, the fucking, you know, the fucking grasshoppers. They're this big and they're fucking fried or dried or. Dude, I ain't eating that shit. They eat that shit, a little salt and shit. I'm like, get out of here. They're like, oh, they're like good. They're like potato chips. I'm like, they're nothing like potato chips. Don't give me that shit.
Windward Attack said, Greg, conspiracy theory or not, there are thousands that have disappeared in Yellowstone Park with their family near the zero explanation. I don't know.
No, I don't think that's a conspiracy. I think that's a fact. Now, people, you know how big Yellowstone Park is? You know, idiots try to climb fucking mountains, might fall off. You know, they find like fucking skeletons of people here and there, or you fucking come across a fucking grizzly or a pack of wolves, or I don't know. And there's psychos that go into these fucking parks too. So who the fuck knows? All I know is I'll never fucking, if I was to go to Yellowstone, it's for the day, you know, for a couple hours, you look around, you know, I'm not going too deep in there unless I'm in a car, you know what I mean? I ain't doing that shit. It doesn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? I don't like, oh, yay, you know, I don't get into that shit.
Yeah, I don't get, you know, it's too close like that stuff too.
No way, man.
Yeah, not me. I saw a documentary that was on Netflix about these people that went to a active volcano to visit and take pictures. And sure enough, they got there, the fucking thing goes off. And like it burned, it like killed like 10 people, burned half of their body. They were jumping into water to jump out of there. It was crazy. It was
Dude, you have no idea. Even a small fire like the one we had here, if you get even 10 feet away from that shit, you know how hot that is? So you can imagine what lava coming out of a fucking big zit from the earth. It pops like this, and this fucking big zit lava comes out of there. Do you know how hot that is?
Yeah, the person who was having the interview was all burned up. Him and his
it's liquid rock. It's that you can take an actual giant stone. You could throw a stone in an oven or fucking put a torch to it. It's not going to melt. But yet it's liquid. It becomes liquid there. Do you know how fucking bad that is? Forget about it. I never.
Yeah, and they were trying to run, like they knew the smoke was coming. But when that goes off, you can run as fast as you think. It's gonna all hit you.
No, that miles away. That shit.
Yeah, it went up and came miles away. That hit them.
Dude, look at that fucking plane that crashed in Philadelphia, where the guy was a couple blocks away in a fucking in a diner, and a thing comes through the fucking window and hits him in the back of his skull. You know what I mean? In the bean, boom, like this. That's a fucking like, you know, mile away. You don't realize, you know, that shit goes up in the air too, and it comes down. Forget about it. It's no good. Yeah, I would never. I have no desire to see that kind of shit, though. You know what I mean? I'd rather watch a video of some idiot taping that shit, and then I'll say, "Wow, look at that fucking volcano." But I don't want to be there. No way.
Miss Bell says it all tastes like chicken. That's talking about the grasshopper.
Well, according to fucking grizzly bears in the fucking Yellowstone Park, we taste like chicken. You know what I'm saying? Humans taste like chicken to them. So, and they love chicken. You know.
John Scuderi goes, have you guys measured your dick since Trump took office? Mine grew 2 inches already. I feel great.
No, I haven't measured the dick, but I know I get a pretty fat sausage, so I'm pretty good with that, you know. But I am loving what's going on. I love seeing the fucking left melt down. Why is they doing that? You know, that tells you so bad. Elon Musk, what is he doing? He's not getting paid to do it. All he's doing is finding where the corruption is, and people are freaking out about that. What do you care? That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not like he's pocketing that money. He's actually saying, we're going to put it back into the economy and give some to the people too. To you people who pay tax. If you pay taxes, you might get $5,000 back out of that. That's how much money they're fighting. Trillions, not like a couple 100,000. No, trillions. And remember, when you turn on the lights, the rats and the cockroaches scatter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the people that are freaking out and don't want this shit, that's because that's their piggy bank. That Jasmine Crockett, she's got $10 million coming from Doge. What's she doing with it? What about Zelensky? Where'd the money go? He doesn't know. He can't even say. He banned elections. He banned elections. Trump says he's not even a legitimate leader. You banned elections. You're a dictator. But not the left in this country have a fucking love affair with that guy. Dude, I'm not saying Putin's good. They both suck. That's Stalin versus Hitler.
John Mancini said skiing is pretty crazy. Yeah, I saw a documentary too about skiing. A ski patrol went to some mountain and they had an avalanche, killed like half the ski patrol.
Oh yeah, man, you gotta be, dude. Anybody? First of all, I hate cold, and these people that go up there and do this, like, where they fucking ski or they go like, they climb mountains and shit. There's crevasses, whatever you want to call them. They're fucking, people fall in that shit. You ever see the fucking people that are dead, like on Mount Everest? That they're all like fucking littered. There's like fucking the frozen man, the guy with the green boots or whatever. You know what I mean? And they've been up there for 20, 30 years and their bodies are frozen. Fuck that. I don't like cold weather, bro. Never.
Yep. Ace Sunglasses. What's going on, Ace? Finally,
Ace, what are you doing? I couldn't see. Frank, how you doing?
What's going on, buddy?
Look, there you go. Ace Sunglasses right there. See? Ace. Ace is the place.
Man. Ace is
right
the place.
There. Right there, guys. Ace. So you could look as cool as me.
Double M says no version of Greg beats Sulek. Oh, okay.
Whatever you want to think.
Yeah, whatever.
I was natural and I could beat him. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, guys, we already an hour went past already, so I want to thank you guys. Ace Sunglasses, thank you. I know you just jumped on. John Mancini, John Scuderi, Miss Bell, of course. CH. Who else? We got TC, Luciano. All you guys. Anthony D, Windward Attack, Tom Morrissey, all you guys, thank you so much. Josh Rivera, everyone, my brother.
All you guys, thank you, man. Thanks.
Thank you so much. We love you guys.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Greg, I'll talk to you a little bit, probably.
I will talk
to
you
soon.
Thank you guys. John Scuderi, we need to get a sausage and pepper wedge.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys next week.
Talk to you.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.